Justice Bullock, fellow supervisors, Sheriff Sheridan, Treasurer Allen, Governor Brewer, distinguished guests, members of the clergy, my friends and neighbors, it's an honor to be elected by my colleagues as Chairman of the Board of Supervisors. To my fellow board members, thank you for placing your trust in me. Supervisors Stewart, Brophy, McGee, and Lesko, welcome. I'm excited that you're here, and I'm eager to be working with each of you as we collaborate over the next 4 years to serve the best interests of our Maricopa County constituents. Supervisor Gallardo, we belong to different political parties, but we have many areas of common ground. We have partnered together in a variety of issues, and I know our new colleagues will enjoy working with you as much as I have. County Manager Jen Pekorski, I have been impressed daily by your dedication to your role and how much you care about our many employees across dozens of offices. As the CEO of a multi-billion-dollar organization, you keep Maricopa County running smoothly while masterfully carrying out the vision and agenda of this board. Now, I want to thank my family. My beautiful wife is with me today, and I could not have won 2 tough campaigns and carried out my Maricopa County duties without her. Anna, I love you. My parents provided everything I needed when I was growing up. My late father instilled in me a love of American history and passed on to me his admiration for our country's founding fathers and the U.S. Constitution. My mother is an immigrant from Honduras. No one loves America more than my mother, and I give thanks to her every day of my life. Her choice to pursue her American dream is why I am here before you today and why I'm proud to be the first Latino Republican elected to the Maricopa County Board of Supervisors and also the board's first Latino chairman. I thank the voters of District 2 for returning me to this position. Serving as a county supervisor has been a humbling and rewarding experience. As chairman, I will continue to work hard for my district's constituents and for all Maricopa County residents. The challenges that face this board are formidable, but I know we can overcome them. My goal as chairman is to expand prosperity while ensuring security. All Maricopa County residents deserve the chance to achieve their dreams and fullest potential, while it is our duty to make sure they are kept safe. At Maricopa County, we have kept that promise, but we must go further as we prepare for the future. This morning, a young man with a one-way ticket got off a flight at Sky Harbor Airport, drawn to a Maricopa County where the possibilities are endless. At this moment, a young lady's driving across the state line into Arizona on her way to Maricopa County for a job and apartment that awaits her. She's doing her part to add to the economic vitality of our community, and it is our responsibility to keep her safe. Maricopa County has long been a place of opportunity for young people like the 2 I just mentioned. We are the fastest growing county in the nation, but there are too many individuals and families who have been battered by inflation, let down by the federal government's inability to secure the border, and its failure to stem the tide of dangerous drugs which are decimating our loved ones and our neighbors. As the Maricopa County Board of Supervisors, we can't and we won't stand idly by. We aim to be a board of action, and I aim to deliver a consequential chairmanship that will achieve substantial results. So in collaboration with my fellow board members and countywide elected officials, our focus will be on what county government can and should do. Help ensure both prosperity and security for the citizens of Maricopa County. The Maricopa County Board of Supervisors has understood that it is better to do no harm and let private enterprise and faith-based organizations thrive. Consequently, the board has a conservative fiscal record to be proud of. We have lowered property tax rates 4 years in a row. We're the largest government in the country without general obligation debt. We have a long-standing moratorium on government regulations, and last year we cut the overall budget by 11%. Maricopa County is the most fiscally responsible large county in the United States. I compare our record to that of the 10 largest counties, including Los Angeles County, Cook County, Miami-Dade County, and they are financial basket cases. We spend less in those counties, and we do more, with a lower to employer population ratio while providing better service. I promise you that this board will continue to honor conservative principles and be a good steward of your tax dollars. In fact, I plan to establish a budgetary innovation as a cornerstone of our organization. I'm directing the county manager to create a performance management system that is not just about tracking numbers or checking boxes, but is about reducing waste, aligning our resources with our priorities, and ensuring every dollar we spend delivers impactful results for the people we serve. Prosperity starts with safety. As the grandson of a New York City police officer and a longtime advocate for law enforcement, I believe properly funding public safety is the highest priority for government. Maricopa County has made substantial investments in public safety. Our sheriff and our county attorney deserve the resources they need to fight crime and to keep us safe. We work with the great leader in County Attorney Rachel Mitchell, who oversees an office that prosecutes criminals and advocates for victims. And it's a new era at the Sheriff's Office, and under the strong leadership of Sheriff Jerry Sheridan, we will continue to be proud of our stellar employees at the Sheriff's Office. But one area where we can do better is how we compensate sheriff deputies, detention officers, and dispatch operators. Their jobs are too important, and the vacancy rates for these positions are too high. I am committed to working with this board, with Sheriff Sheridan, and with our human resources professionals to improve the compensation structure at the Sheriff's Office. Let's get it done this year so that we can fill the critical positions now and keep the great people we already have in those jobs. And when it comes to public safety, we have another challenge: the county's jail excise tax. The funding source for adult and juvenile correction facilities, probation services, and correctional health care that will expire in 2027 if the state legislature doesn't act. No one wants to end up in a place where we cannot pay for facilities that house violent criminals. Our citizen-led Public Safety Committee just recommended a 20-year extension of the 1/5 of a cent sales tax that's been in place since the 1990s. But we need approval from the legislature and the governor to put the jail excise tax on the ballot for Maricopa County voters. But I'm proud to stand with Rachel Mitchell and Jerry Sheridan as we fight on your behalf to make sure the state government does its part to ensure law and order in our community. I need to address an issue that has cost Maricopa County taxpayers nearly $300 million in the last 15 years. The Melendres case that placed the Sheriff's Office under federal oversight. My friends, I'm all for accountability, and I respect the federal judge in this case, but we are now on our 4th sheriff since this ordeal began. Maricopa County's voters have chosen who they think is best to run the Sheriff's Office in several elections, and MCSO has made tremendous strides in improving its operations. Unfortunately, the compliance goalposts keep moving while the court-appointed monitor keeps his lucrative gig. The federal monitor's earnings keep going up while employee morale keeps going down, and I've lost my patience. Has the federal monitor made anyone safer while collecting millions in fees? No. So I pledge to work with my board colleagues and our attorneys to find a way to end this counterproductive oversight that has drained the county's coffers. The biggest impediment to progress at the Sheriff's Office has been this unelected monitor. We should be held accountable by the voting public and not by the whims of a capricious federal monitor hiding behind an Oz-like curtain. Let's take the millions we've had to spend on compliance paperwork and shift it to productive use for the citizens of Maricopa County by getting our deputies back on the streets and in our communities. If Maricopa County residents are safe, then they have to have the opportunity to thrive and prosper. Maricopa County has been tremendous in partnering with companies on workforce development and helping people get the skills and education they need to find good jobs. However, Maricopa County has never had a true economic development advocate. So today I'm calling on the county manager to create a brand new position and hire a full-time economic development professional. This vital addition to our team will work with the board and the county manager's office, coordinate with cities and regional chambers of commerce. This person will work on important issues so that all of the Valley's 4.5 million residents are represented as we compete to attract the best companies, employers, and industries. Speaking of economic development, we live in a sports-crazy town. that is proud to host NASCAR, Super Bowls, and the Final Four. And we love our hometown professional sports teams. I can assure you the board will work very hard with the Diamondbacks on addressing the future of Chase Field. I see my role in this as looking out for the taxpayers' best interest, and that's my line in the sand. Losing the NHL Coyotes was a low point, and I cringed when local politicians took glee in the demise of our hockey team. I think of Wayne Gretzky's quote, "You miss 100% of the shots you don't take," so I'm forming an advisory committee of visionary leaders dedicated to bringing NHL hockey back to the Valley. I've had several meetings with NHL Commissioner Gary Bettman, and he looks forward to working with us to identify an owner and the best location for a world-class building. Now I want to talk to you about our housing crisis. Many potential home buyers consider the path to home ownership out of reach because of high prices. I'm committed to taking a hard look at county policies and regulations that stand in the way of building homes that people can afford. So I've convened a kitchen cabinet of housing experts, and here's what I believe we can accomplish this year. Cut red tape that doesn't serve a public safety purpose, because unnecessary regulations drive up the cost of building homes and make buying more difficult. Modernize our outdated zoning ordinances to allow greater density where it makes sense while still protecting the integrity of our communities. Update land use policies to support the development of healthy, vibrant, and affordable neighborhoods. And advocate for more local control. I have a story for you. For example, the county's flood control district should oversee revisions to the FEMA floodplain maps, but instead, that job is with faceless federal bureaucrats who don't understand Maricopa County. I will press the federal government on this because our staff tells me that this could speed up the construction of new houses by cutting the current review period in half. But we can't do it alone. Cities should step up and review how they make zoning and development decisions and how many barriers they place in the way of progress. State government should do what it can to think of policy for future development that's a net win for communities. There has been too little urgency on this issue that affects millions of constituents. But Maricopa County's leadership on housing will show there is a way. On transportation matters, I was pleased to see voters pass Prop 479, which provides funding for critical transportation infrastructure that will improve our region for decades to come. Prop 479 funds highways, surface streets, public transit, and provides options for people with disabilities and those without cars. But let's not stop there. For years, we've heard talk about a potential new interstate that would connect Phoenix with Las Vegas, providing faster trips and more commerce between two of the fastest growing cities in the country. Unfortunately, support and advocacy for I-11 in Arizona has been muted, and that is a shame. So in addition to the projects that Prop 479 will fund, I urge local leaders to also advocate for actual progress on I-11. The sooner we start, the sooner we'll reap the economic benefits. At the national level, we have seen hysteria about the availability of water in Arizona. The coastal elites don't understand that even though we live in a desert, and we do have challenges, we are great at managing water in Arizona. Arizona's assured 100-year water supply requirement is a consumer protection for residents that you don't see in any other state. In my district, I'm proud to have crafted a solution in securing a reliable water supply for the Rio Verde foothills while not sacrificing a drop of Scottsdale's water. But that searing experience underscored for me that water should not be a partisan issue in Arizona. I saw that when a certain politician is more interested in the limelight than offering solutions, then their actions damage our state's image and reputation around the world. So I'll practice what I preach. I'll collaborate with developers, lawmakers, and water experts, regardless of party, to work with the state to reform problematic laws that allow residential development without an assured water source. And I want businesses to know that Arizona's water future is secure. And when you bring your company here, you will have access to water. And now let's talk about a boring topic, elections. The successful elections we oversaw last year were free and fair elections conducted in accordance with Arizona law, with results that accurately reflected the will of Maricopa County's voters. So for anyone still going on about widespread fraud or stolen elections, stop it. Continue to do so is destructive and irresponsible. It's destructive and irresponsible, but what I do appreciate are the people who want to make a good system better. Supervisors Lesko, Brophy McGee, and Stewart each have told me they would like to see Maricopa County examine ways it can improve its elections procedures and provide even more transparency to voters, and I agree with them. There are no sacred cows in elections administration, and this year we will do a comprehensive review to ensure we are operating at optimum quality. But our state leaders need to act too. Recently, I unveiled a simple plan that calls for key reforms to state election law. My 95-to-1 plan would ensure that 95% of all votes are tabulated by the end of election night. People want election results faster, and when misinformation has more time to fester, it breeds mistrust in our system. Our state's inadequate election laws place the burdens on counties, and when voters get frustrated by the process, some denounce our election workers and volunteers who are blameless here. I don't want our election staff to endure that kind of abuse ever again. They work too hard to have to deal with that nonsense. Here's how the legislature and the governor can support our election workers and serve voters in a better fashion. First, establish a cutoff date for early ballot drop-offs. Second, use government buildings to host polling sites. And third, eliminate emergency voting for the Saturday and Monday before Election Day and allow everyone to utilize in-person voting on those days, which expands on-site tabulation on Saturday and Monday before Election Day and solves two challenges regarding access to voting and the speed of results. I call on our state legislature, governor, and election law stakeholders to join me in supporting my 95-to-1 plan, which deserves bipartisan support this session. Maricopa County does so many things for the community. We provide services that impact people from birth to the end of life. We even take care of animals. And our four-legged friends deserve to be safe and healthy too. I'm proud of our new animal shelter in Mesa that allows us to house dogs in bigger kennels with better lighting. The shelter has a state-of-the-art veterinary clinic and has been a great success. I will continue to explore options, to think creatively, and to advocate for giving the Department of Animal Care and Control the resources it needs to achieve good outcomes for animal in our care. And none of the work we do is possible without county staff. These are public servants who are skilled, compassionate, and dedicated to the mission of improving quality of life. Maricopa County was recently named one of the best employers in Arizona. There are many reasons why 93% of our workforce said in a recent survey they were happy working at Maricopa County. This spring, we're adding an extra benefit to working here by opening an on-site child care center for employees. So I just want to say to county staff across all departments and elected offices and courts, thank you for coming to work each day and serving our residents. Further, I have asked the county manager for a program proposal to recognize and reward Maricopa's rising stars. These are the high-performing employees we want to become our future county leaders. This Rising Star Award is inspired by the level of expertise, integrity, bravery, and high-performance standards set by Supervisors Bill Gates, Clint Hickman, and Jack Sellers, and I look forward to congratulating our first winner later this year. Earlier, I spoke to you of a young man who just flew in here seeking a new life of opportunity. And I spoke of a young lady driving through our beautiful state, ready to contribute to our community. Those stories could very well be true because once I was that young man, and Anna, my wife, was that lady. Both of us came to Arizona to forge our own paths. At some point, we met, and our lives merged here in Maricopa County, and we continued our journey together. We are Maricopa County residents by choice, and Anna and I are now raising our young son here. My work is dedicated to making sure that Maricopa County, that attracted Anna and me to come here, will continue to inspire many more people who will do what they can to serve their communities and raise their families. When I first joined the board, I said public service has never been more challenging, but has never been more important. I still feel that way. I have conducted myself as a county supervisor by telling you what you need to hear, not what I think you want to hear. I'll continue to do that. As chairman, I'll advocate for prosperity and security. I'll do that by protecting your tax dollars and supporting our law enforcement professionals who risk their lives every day for us. I ask you to pray for this Board of Supervisors. I ask you to pray for me. I'll be working hard for you. Let's go. Thank you.